Have you ever felt like you've tried everything to heal your stomach symptoms, every diet, every treatment protocol, and you're still stuck? Here's the thing no one's talking about. The key to lasting relief might not be another supplement or secret protocol. It's actually building your body's resilience to stress. In this episode, we're diving into how stress resilience can transform your healing journey, why it's the missing piece for so many people with H. pylori and stomach symptoms, and practical ways to get started today. So stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Jessica Washington, a former gut health patient turned functional nutrition practitioner, and I am on a mission to help you finally say goodbye to stubborn stomach symptoms and reclaim your life with confidence. On the Getting Well Again podcast, we dive deep into the root causes of gut issues, sharing real strategies that actually work to help you feel like yourself again. Healing your stomach is about so much more than just protocols. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's dive into this journey to lasting gut health together. All right, so today we are talking about a topic that is very underrepresented in the H. pylori and stomach healing space. It's something that not a lot of people are talking about, but that in my opinion can really make or break your ability to find lasting relief from your stomach symptoms and your H. pylori infection. This one big game-changing thing, it's not a supplement, it's not a new diet, it's not a secret treatment protocol, it's actually building your body's resilience to stress. Mic drop, mind blown emoji, maybe? And so let me explain a little bit about what that means before we get into all the details. So first, stress resilience is your body's ability to adapt and recover from stress in a way that doesn't derail your health. And so this is not about eliminating stress like you would think of stress management, but building stress resilience is enhancing your body's ability to handle the stress that it will inevitably face. Because if you're anything like me, you probably feel like you have a lot on your plate. Maybe you're a parent of young kids, or maybe you have a job that keeps you really busy, or you have a lot going on in your family life. And if you're also like me, you're probably tired of all the Instagram health influencers promoting just another stress management tool, like buy this $500 mask and it will take away all your stress. Or maybe they're just telling you to give the kids to someone else and go relax and take a bath. And that's not always possible for people in the real world. And that used to make me so frustrated and just resentful of my life and the things that I had going on, because I couldn't just make all of my responsibilities and all my stress go away. In the real world, life is busy and stress happens, and you can't just bubble bath your way to getting rid of your stomach symptoms. There comes a point where you have to switch from the mindset of just managing the stressors as best as you can, and instead you need to shift to helping your body better handle the stress that you are facing. You're not taking the stressors away, because in many instances that's impossible. You're making your body stronger and more able to withstand the stress without it causing symptoms. And that's where building stress resilience comes in. And when it comes to your stomach symptoms and your ability to eradicate H. pylori successfully, stress resilience is the name of the game. It is absolutely crucial. And if you're missing this piece, it could be a big reason why you're not having success feeling better. So chronic stress doesn't just make you feel worn down and exhausted. It actually suppresses digestion, it weakens your immune system, and it makes it harder for your stomach to heal and defend itself. And that's why people often find themselves stuck in a cycle of recurring H. pylori infections or lingering symptoms even after treatment. It's not because your treatment protocol wasn't good. It's not because you weren't following the correct diet. Oftentimes, it's because your body is just too worn down and exhausted to be able to handle any sort of stress, let alone keep a gut infection from coming back and heal your stomach. And if that's you, maybe you've tried all of the treatment protocols, done all of the diets, and seemingly exhausted everything you can think of, and you're probably really frustrated because you're like, I'm doing all the things. But please hear this, there is still so much room for improvement in your symptoms if you haven't looked into the stress resilience piece of the healing puzzle. And so now maybe you're like, okay, this is speaking to me. Tell me more. And that's great. I'm glad you are resonating with this, and hopefully this can be a big, impactful piece in your healing journey. And so here is a short, just non-inclusive checklist of some signs that your body is in a state where it is not resilient and it's having a hard time handling the day-to-day stress that you are facing. And so if you resonate with any of these, 100% building your stress resilience is something that would be so helpful for you on your healing journey. Okay, so if you often feel tired and need coffee to get going in the morning, even after sleeping like a full 7 to 8 hours, building stress resilience would be helpful for you. Or if you have constant gut symptoms like bloating, gas, heartburn, and I know that's probably a lot of you, but a lot of times building your body's stress resilience can on its own just help to improve or resolve gut symptoms. Or if you have difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, and possibly even waking up often during the night, if it's around the same time every night, if you wake up every night having to go pee, it's probably because your body needs some TLC in the stress resilience department. And then also, if you get sick often and have trouble fully recovering from illnesses, that is also a big sign that your body lacks resilience. And so if that sounds like you, don't worry, you are definitely not alone. This is such a common symptom pattern in people with stomach symptoms and H. pylori. It's just that these gut infections thrive in a body that is under stress and lacking resilience. But please don't let that discourage you, because that also means there is so much room for improvement in your healing, in your symptoms, and in your body's just basic ability to thrive and feel well again. And so now let's flip this around and look at what happens in a body that is resilient to stress and how that specifically can impact and make a huge difference in your ability to get and stay well from H. pylori. So when your body is resilient to stress, it can now maintain strong stomach acid levels, which act as a natural barrier against H. pylori. Your body can then build a strong immune system, making it harder for infections to take hold. And your body can keep your digestion running smoothly. You're going to have better gut motility. Things are going to be moving faster and more efficiently through your gut, so that then food and nutrients don't linger and potentially feed harmful bacteria, just to name a few things. So building stress resilience and just taking down the stress burden on your body and a few notches can make a huge difference in how you feel and how your body can work properly so that you can get on the road to healing. And so if you've ever wondered why symptoms or infections keep coming back or never go away completely, no matter how many rounds of treatment you've done, stress is often the missing piece in that puzzle. And it's not just about getting rid of H. pylori, it's about creating an environment in your body where that bacteria cannot come back and negatively affect your health like it has done in the past, or maybe like it's doing right now. So building your body's ability to withstand stress, making it more robust and able to handle the ebbs and flows of life without completely collapsing and being overwhelmed and exhausted, is going to be one of the most, if not the most, impactful things you can do for your ability to heal fully from H. pylori and just regain the health and the life that you had before you got sick. All right, so now let's wrap things up with just a few practical ways that you can start building your body's resilience to stress right now. There are so many ways that you can do this, and it's very individual. You'll likely have to try a few different things out, see what works for you, and see which technique you will be able to stay consistent with. But here are just 3 super simple, super effective resilience building strategies that have worked for me and for a lot of my clients. And so first up is breath work. This is probably my favorite because it's quick, easy, it's free, and it works instantly. And there are so many different breathwork techniques, but a really simple one that you can get started with is called box breathing, where you're just going to inhale, you're going to hold, you're going to exhale, and you're going to hold, all for the same number of counts. So it makes a little box, right? So for example, you can inhale for 4 counts. You can hold your breath with that inhale for 4 counts. You can exhale for then 4 counts. and then hold your breath again with no air for 4 counts, and then just keep repeating in a little box. And this type of breathing really helps to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest state, and just helps your body shift into that restful, calm mode, which can then help you escape that chronic stress state. And then another effective resilience building technique is cold exposure. This one has been scientifically proven and is really, really effective at helping your body learn how to adapt to and withstand stress. And so it might not sound super fun, but it's something that you can definitely get used to, and it gets so much easier as you keep practicing whatever cold exposure technique you choose. And so my go-to cold exposure technique is cold showers. And so the key with these cold showers is to not let your stress response take over. And really this is the key for any cold exposure. So cold water, whether it's an ice bath, a cold shower, just sticking your face in some cold water, it's a stressor. And your body's natural response to that will be to hyperventilate, to tense up, to just like freak out. But once you learn how to control that stress response in this very isolated, controlled environment, right? Like, the cold water is going to happen, so you can prepare yourself, you can slow your breathing, you can relax your body. And then once you practice doing that over and over and over again, having that nice, relaxed response to stress, your body will then be able to remember that and more easily manage any stress during and more easily manage its just innate natural stress response during other times of stress you face in your life. And so I highly recommend trying some cold exposure. To get started with cold showers, you can just take a hot shower and then at the end, like, step out of the water, turn it down to cold, wait for it to get nice and chilly, and then step back in just for a few seconds at a time, and then work your way up, adding more time every day that you do it, and you will notice a huge difference in your body's ability to handle stress. And then lastly, there are also some devices and apps that you can use to help you train your nervous system to more easily shift into this calm, restful state and out of that stress state. And the one that I have had the most success with is called HeartMath. It's a really simple device that you just clip onto your earlobe, and it measures your heart rate variability. And so heart rate variability measures the variation in time between your heartbeats. So your heartbeats aren't exactly the same amount of time apart each time your heart beats. And so this variability gives you really good insight into your body's stress resilience and your ability to shift into a calm state. So the greater the variability in your heartbeats, the greater your body's ability to shift into that calm, restful state. And so with this HeartMath device, you're just measuring your heart rate variability, which is your HRV, while going through a simple directed breathing practice. And the app is fun. It makes it sort of a game, so it's really easy to just want to work towards getting a higher score, which means you're also training your body to respond better to stress. And so I really enjoy using it, and I've had some clients have some success with it. So try it out if you think that maybe gamifying your stress resilience could be helpful for you. And so I'll put a link to that HeartMath website in the show notes so that you can check it out and see if it might be something that would be helpful for you too. But no matter which stress resilience practice you choose, consistency is the name of the game. Building stress resilience is just like building muscle in the gym. You can't expect to just do it a few times, like once a month, once a week, and then suddenly have visible and lasting muscle growth, right? If you were only to go to the gym a few times and then be like, I'm just gonna hope my muscles grow, that's not gonna work. You have to be consistent with your efforts, and it's the same thing with building your body's stress resilience. And the changes will probably be small and likely unnoticeable at first, but if you keep doing it and making this stress resilience building practice part of your life, you will see massive improvements in your overall health, your outlook, your ability to handle stress, and really, most importantly, your ability to see true and lasting resolution from your stomach symptoms. And so if you feel like you've exhausted every avenue in your healing journey and you haven't consistently worked on building your body's stress resilience, you still have so much room for improvement. And now that's all I have to share on this topic today, but I don't want you to just run off to the next podcast episode or the next thing on your to-do list, but let's just sit here for a second, take 5 minutes, find a comfortable place to sit, get cozy, and just try some box breathing, right? Just breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, hold for 4, and keep repeating for maybe 5 minutes. And so just commit to yourself to get started with this resilience building practice right now. While it's on the top of your mind, while you're bought in, it's important. And this will serve you so well in your ability to heal and resolve your symptoms. I promise you. It's been so impactful for me, so impactful for so many clients, and I want that for you too. And so I guarantee that if you continue this one practice, just some box breathing, a few times a day for 5 minutes, over weeks, your ability to heal will skyrocket. So please try it out. Send me a DM on Instagram at the Gut Healing Ninja. Let me know how it's working for you, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Getting Well Again podcast. If you found today's conversation helpful, please subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback really helps others who need this information find the show and start their own healing journey. And if you know someone who'd benefit, please feel free to share this episode with them too. See you next time.